I got one. I've been nervously waiting for this all day. After that last press conference they did, I immediately just stayed up all night and waited for the pre-orders to become live. So I'm super pumped. We're gonna open it up, we're gonna take a look at it, hook it up, and I'll give you my first impressions. I ended up getting just the regular gray controller too. I know they have the blue and red one, but I can't have that. I talk about this gamer OCD I have, and if something's mismatched like that, I'll just keep staring at it. I can't have it. So, one solid color, please. I also picked up a 128 gig micro SD card because I do download games. And to be honest with you guys, if you watched my video about that last conference Nintendo had, I was very unimpressed. I still am. I mean, just to be clear, the only reason they have my money right now is because of Zelda. I would have just waited till Christmas time to get Super Mario Odyssey, but they had to come out with Zelda on launch day. That guarantees a purchase from me. So, thank you, Nintendo. Wow, this is really small. This is weird. Here's the screen. Check it out. I thought it was going to be a little bigger than this from all the pictures I saw online. It does feel very well built, though. It doesn't feel like a cheap plastic toy or anything. We've got a game card slot here, almost like the Vita. So it looks like the game card slots just go right in there. Of course, I won't take advantage of that because I download my games, like I said. You've got the volume and the power button right here. I wonder where the SD card goes. I have no idea. Oh, here we go. So it's got a little leg here that I guess you could sit it like this, and it's got a little micro SD slot right there under the leg. I'll say this, I don't know how easy this breaks, but this little piece right here, the leg, feels very flimsy. Like, it feels like if I just push just a little harder, that it's gonna snap right off. I'm not gonna try that. If anyone at home would like to try it with their Switch, they're welcome to. Oh my god. Here's the Joy-Con controller. I wanted the Pro controller, but everywhere I went, they were sold out. I think that sold out quicker than the damn console did. I'll pick one up eventually, but I guess I'll try playing Zelda with these. I saw in Nintendo's presentation how they said you could sit back comfortably and play with this. Like this. No. See, because if we look at it here, you've got the top shoulder buttons. You've got this joystick awkwardly in the middle. So instead of being like this, you're like this. It feels cramped. Like this is instant arthritis just by playing around the Mario Kart. Pro controllers, people. Pro controllers. I'm just kidding. I didn't actually throw it. I wonder what kind of glass they use on here too. I hope it's scratch resistant because I can tell you right now it's not fingerprint resistant at all. Just slides right on the top like so. And here we have it, people. The complete Nintendo Switch. Well, the controller. It's hard to judge without actually playing a game. I'll load up Zelda and we'll try it out that way. It feels a little awkward. I mean, it feels very thin and long. The buttons feel a little small overall. So I don't know how well this will work for people with big fingers. But yeah, like I said, we'll try it out with the actual game once I have this thing hooked up. I'll give you guys a closer look. Okay, so there's the dock. It just sits right in there like this. And it's got a little flat back here. You've got your USB, AC adapter, and HDMI right in there hidden. And the cables route right through here. Okay, so this is the Switch controller when you're not playing in tablet portable mode or whatever the hell they call it. There it is. It is a bit smaller than I expected. And it feels a little cramped overall. I mean, it feels like everything's so compact. Maybe I'll feel differently when I actually play a game. Because I know when you're playing a game, you don't really think about those things. Your hands are just kind of like in autopilot mode. There's the power cord. Still using these bricks. I hate these. I have so many things hooked up at once that I am running out of sockets quick. If anyone's wondering if the HDMI cable is included, yes. I think we should hook it up and check it out. And here we go. It's all powered on and ready to play. And here you can pick an icon for your profile. You have all the Nintendo favorites like Yoshi, Samus, Link, and whatnot. You know what? What color are we going to choose? Let's choose GamerThumbTV Purple. I don't want Yoshi though. I'm tempted to pick Samus because she's one of my favorite Nintendo characters. But I like the bad guys, so Bowser it is. Yeah! So after a little setup process where you have to pick your time zone, put your Wi-Fi passwords and whatnot, we've got the Nintendo eShop, which it's a little bare bones right now, understandably. I mean, this thing just came out, so there's not going to be a huge launch lineup yet. Is this the Shovel Knight sequel? I'm going to have to look into this. I didn't even realize this came out yet. I freaking love the first Shovel Knight game. I thought that was one of the coolest games that's come out recently. And I also want Super Bomberman. I'm probably going to wait for this one to drop in price a little bit, because I feel like $49.99 is a lot of money for a Bomberman game. I mean, the game's awesome, don't get me wrong. I love Bomberman ever since the beginning, but I don't know. I just can't justify paying $50 for a Bomberman. And I do like that they have this wish list feature. I kind of wish that Xbox and PlayStation had that, because it's kind of like an Amazon wish list for Nintendo. So if there's any games I want that I don't want to pay for right away, I could just put them on the wish list, and later on when I have money, I could go download them. That way I don't forget about them. Let's go ahead and go to our main attraction, is Zelda. $59.99. And I'm not showing you people my credit card information, so let's skip ahead. I'm not going to show the story portions of Zelda. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. This is all going to be spoiler free. I'm just going to show gameplay. And there we have Zelda downloading. This entire menu feels very simple. Anyone could pick up this console, turn it on, and know how to use it. There's nothing complicated about the menu, which is what I guess Nintendo was getting at. I don't really feel that they needed to focus on having all these different apps and these different features in the menus. This feels strictly like a gaming console, and I think that's perfectly fine. Downloading. Alright, well, this is going to take forever. We'll be back once it installs. At this point, I've been playing Zelda for about 2 hours now, and I am pretty happy with it overall. I really like how they're handling the story, and again, this has no spoilers, but they kind of pulled a Metroid Prime, where they don't give you the full story right at the beginning. You're slowly building up the pieces, because as everybody knows, Link wakes up with no memory of what happened before. And there's even a section in the menu where I assume later you recover fragments of his memory and you can actually see what happened before he woke up. So it's interesting. It keeps you engaged, so you have this plot that you're constantly picking up the pieces to throughout the game. What I immediately noticed when I first started the game was that it feels very different from other Zelda games. Zelda has always had an established formula. All the overhead games pretty much follow the formula that A Link to the Past really popularized. The 3D games have been following the Ocarina of Time formula since that came out. This is the first one that's come out in a long time that feels very different, even up to the controls. Link can jump now, which that, as standard as that is for just about every other game franchise out there, Link never jumps. If you played Zelda for a while, you know that to make Link jump, you have to walk off the edge of a cliff and essentially he'll just jump over a hole. Now there's an actual jump button. And if you look at the map, you know how vast this world is. It's huge. And this reminds me of the first time I played The Legend of Zelda on the NES, the original game. You had this giant world where you can go wherever you wanted to, and that's exactly what Breath of the Wild does. I love just standing at the top of these towers and just looking around at the entire world and zooming in. It makes you so curious. You know, there's this thing over here crawling on Death Mountain where when I saw it, I'm like, what is that? I want to go over there. And you can. The game has this sense of just wonder and discovery and exploration that I don't feel that Zelda has had in a long time. It gives you complete freedom. And some of the other things that make it a little different, Nintendo clearly took ideas from other big games of this type. You've got these big towers that you can find, and you climb to the top of them, and once you climb to the top, you can update your map, and it'll show what's in that area. And this reminds me of a lot of open world games now, including Assassin's Creed, where you have to climb to the top of something and then sync your viewpoint so you can explore more areas in the map. Link also climbs for the first time ever, also very Assassin's Creed-like. And like Skyrim and other kind of adventure style games, you can equip different pieces of armor. You have a full inventory with weapons and shields. No longer do we have little hearts to collect that give you health. Now you make meals. You have apples, steaks, all kinds of different things found throughout Hyrule. And I admit, I don't know why this was so fun, but I spent way too much time just collecting different food items just so I can cook them and make different recipes to see what kind of meal would come out of it. It's stupid, but it was addicting. So that's a fun little thing they threw in the game. Breath of the Wild takes the best features from open world games and fuses it under the Zelda umbrella. And I have been playing this on the dock hooked up to the TV with the Joy-Con controllers. I'm going to go over that in a little more detail. But let's check out next how it plays on the portable screen. I played for about an hour off the TV just to test out the portable mode, which is awesome. You don't need an internet connection, you don't need anything, you just need this. I like this a lot. I don't know if it's something I would use that frequently because admittedly, I don't really go to a lot of places. But if you ever do go somewhere, if you stay out at a hotel or go on a trip or whatever, all you need to do is take this out of the dock, plug in the side controllers, and you're good to play. I have heard some people complain that it's only 720p. That's perfectly fine. With a screen this size, if they had made it a 1080p screen, you wouldn't notice a difference at all. And this is actually one of the best looking screens that I've seen. I actually have a Vita, the launch Vita, with the beautiful OLED screen, which it looks sharp, deep colors, it looks outstanding. And I think this looks even better. The screen being 720p is not an issue at all. It looks gorgeous. I think this idea that Nintendo went with is genius. It's almost like they're combining their 3DS portable market and their home console market into one. If that's what they're doing, if that's their end goal with the Switch, I think it's a brilliant idea. After playing Zelda on the Switch for about 4 hours straight, I can confidently say that the game is outstanding. It's an evolution of the Zelda franchise, incorporating several things from other popular franchises, and it just works phenomenally. Having said that, I do want to complain about this thing. I did have several problems with this while I was playing Zelda. Like I said before, a Pro controller is essential to the Switch. I don't know if there's just something wrong with this controller, or if it's something that Nintendo might fix with an update, but this left side joystick, I don't know if it kept disconnecting and reconnecting randomly, but it was acting up throughout my entire experience. I played for about 4 hours straight. There were some moments when I was trying to make Link walk one direction, and the joystick was acting like I was doing this, just moving it around randomly. There were other moments when I'd be running towards a cliff, for example. Obviously, to do that, you'd be pushing the joystick forward. Well, once I let go, Link would keep running for about 3 seconds, almost as if a ghost was holding it still when no one was. So that caused me to jump off cliffs a couple of times throughout the game when I wasn't really trying to do so. They need to fix that, because games that require a lot of precision later on in the road, that will not do. And another problem I had with this controller is by design. The right joystick is directly under these. There's really not much of a gap between the right joystick and the buttons. In Zelda, the B button down here, you have to hold that to run. And mind you, I don't have big fingers. I have, I think, pretty regular sized fingers. There were moments when I was just trying to run, and if you can see, while you're pressing the B button, your thumb is touching the right joystick because it's so close together. So I'd be running, and then my camera would be flying all over the place because my thumb would be hitting the right joystick at the same time that I was just trying to hold down B. To me, it's just a really ugly design flaw. So my final impressions for the Nintendo Switch. Overall, it works great, it feels good, and then Nintendo has their entire backlog of games that they can take advantage of. So Metroid, Punch-Out, F-Zero, please bring these back. On top of all the third-party support they really need to hold on to, Nintendo might have a bright future ahead with the Switch. But don't play with this. Just don't do it. Get a Pro controller somehow. I hope you guys enjoyed my opinion, though. Leave me your comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about the Switch. Remember to like, subscribe, sign up for notifications, and follow me on social media. This is Fabian. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.